What has been your proudest moment, not only in boxing but in life?
Have to be having my little girl. So my whole pregnancy was very uneventful. I didn't get morning sickness, didn't get anything, and then the labour was so dramatic.
So after a big fight, what's the first thing you want to eat?
Me nan or me auntie's cooking.
What would you tell your younger self?
I tell my younger self, just keep going. Because all the things that I've been through has made me the person that I am now.
What's your dream?
What is my dream? I'm going to be really generic. My personal dream is to watch all my little girls' dreams come true.
That's really lovely. My name is Richard Layton and I'm the entrepreneur in residence within the University of Liverpool Management School within the Brett Centre for Entrepreneurship. We're here running a Girls with Dreams Kids Interview Entrepreneurs special at the Scouse Girls Social. We have our two interviewers with us, Tiff and Poppy, and we've got Natasha Jonas, who's a boxer, who's going to be taking the questions from Tiff and Poppy today. And I'll hand it over to you both now to ask the questions.
Who inspired you when you were growing up?
There's loads of people that I've looked to for inspirement, to be inspiring at different times. So when I was young, my nan was the first go-to one. My mum was very young when she had me, so I was constantly with my nan and in my nan's, and she always look after me and cared for me like another mum. And then I started in sport, so then I'd look at the people who was around at the time, and then there was Dame Kelly Holmes and others. And then when I started in football, there was Mia Hamm. Then I got a scholarship to go to America, and there was a girl called Marion Jones, and she swapped from basketball and went to athletics and became the Olympic champion, the world champion. So I was wow, she can do too. And then obviously I swapped from football to boxing. So yeah, and then now I look for inspiration in everybody and everything, I think. Yeah. My little girl being one of them. I love that she says her favourite footballer is her auntie. And then after that, Mo Salah. I don't come in a top 10 list, but yeah, I look at, I'm just trying to be a good example for her to see, and to look and to inspire to.
So what advice would you give to young girls growing up from what you've learned in your experience?
Again, I think as adults, we can sit there and we act like we know everything. Mm-hmm. And when things go wrong, kids always look to the adults and think that they know everything. But as an adult, I can tell you that we don't. And we're kind of learning as you are. Because we've never been mums before. We've probably never been at these problems before. Because the world that we grew up doesn't exist now. So there's a lot of new problems that we've never encountered before. Oh yeah, so I think the main things that I've learned is no matter what anyone says or what anyone does or whatever barriers they put up, if you want to do it, just do it. None of my mates wanted to be footy players. None of them wanted to be boxers, but I did. So I stuck with it. I worked hard. I tried myself. I tried my best. And most of all, I believed in myself even when nobody else did. And I think that's a really important message.
Yeah. You and Nikita both represent Liverpool proudly. How do you feel sharing this journey with your sister?
I mean, it causes a lot of family arguments, but it's great to be recognised alongside my sister. She's my baby sister at the end of the day. And what really annoys her and makes me happy is sometimes that people say to me, "Oh, Nikita," and I'm 10 years older. So it's good for me that people think I'm in.
So we've noticed that you've got really nice skin. Okay. So we wanted to know what your skincare routine was.
Oh. So my skincare routine genuinely is water and cocoa butter. That's it. My little girl has got this TikTok shop thing of everything with £40 this and £20 oils, but I just use water. Simple. To keep it simple.
Might have to start trying that. Outside the boxing, what is your go-to style?
Style.
Yeah.
I like to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So probably what I've got on today, which is cargo pants, like a big puffer jacket. My trainees is a must. And believe it or not, like ankle socks weren't around when I was little. Like we had full-blown socks that you had to fold up in half to get it on your foot. And these ankle socks, I just think are the best invention ever. So I'm constantly, no matter if it's winter or whatever, I'm in ankle
I
socks.
love ankle socks. So, like, do you have, like, a motto or a quote that you live by?
My granddad always used to say to me, you have 3 names in life. One you're given, one you inherit, and the other you make for yourself. And I think that's a really good motto.
That's brilliant, that.
What would be your perfect day? Like if you had to make it?
A perfect day. Waking up, having a cup of breakfast or an omelette. Going to my nan's, because that's my favourite place in the world, with my little girl. Lying on a couch, and my nan's couch specifically is my favourite thing in the world. With loads of kids. I don't know if you've ever seen any of my social media stuff, but I'm constantly surrounded by like 20, 30 kids staying over at mine and just causing havoc because I'm the biggest kid in the house.
So, like, I know, like, you're really confident in that, but do you ever, like, get nervous before fighting?
Confidence is something that people sometimes think I am. Because, like, in boxing, it's all about disguising what you're scared of. So when someone punches you in the face, first thing you think, ah! And you want to react. But you've got to disguise that and act sensibly. So you just disguise it. So there's loads of times in the changing room when someone could say, like, Tasha, here's the back door. Do you want to sneak out now? And I could run. But then there's that little time when they say, Tasha, you're next. That's the, like, when the heart starts to flutter. That's what I'm addicted to.
Yeah.
So it's okay to feel scared because that's a natural part of growing and doing something, stepping outside your box, which is what you have to do if you're going to be successful.
So is that what keeps you going? Like, once, say you've lost a fight, not very often, but when you do, is that what keeps you going, that feeling?
It's that feeling, but it's also me knowing I can do better.
Yeah.
Or not giving up.
What has been your proudest moment, not only in boxing but in life?
I think it would definitely have to be having my little girl. So my whole, like, pregnancy was very uneventful. I didn't get morning sickness, didn't get anything. And then the labour was so dramatic. And my little sister had a little girl before me, and she was literally in and out in the same day. And she's very dramatic, but she wasn't in labour. And everyone was like, "Yeah, you're like the strong one. You're the odd one. You'll be better than her." And I was so dramatic. So yeah, and she came, and she's been tipping my life upside down ever since. In a good way.
Yeah. So, you know, after a big fight, what's the first thing you want to eat?
My nan or my auntie's cooking. Whether that's, like, it's usually something Jamaican. That's like our traditional dishes. So whether that's chicken or fried fish or whatever. So that and rice and peas.
Do you like traditional foods?
I like every food. I think we're like very blessed in Liverpool to have a load of mixture of cultures. So there's, if you wanted to go to Lebanese or, you know, Turkish or, you know, Armenian, Chinese. We've got the oldest Chinese in community in Europe.
We're very diverse.
Exactly. So I think we're very lucky to be able to just have whatever we want. Or if we just want fish and chips, there's about 1 million fish and chips. Don't do that as well. So I think, yeah, it's good that we've got that diversity.
And what would you tell your younger self?
I tell my younger self, just keep going. Because all the things that I've been through has made me the person that I am now.
That's
the good, the bad and the ugly.
Yeah. So I think this is the last question, but what's been your proudest moment when boxing?
So my mum told me this story when I qualified for the Olympic Games that I was 4 and I was telling her in the 88 Games in Seoul when I was watching the telly, I'm going to be there. It took me 24 years and 105 different sports. but I got there in the end. And when I qualified, and my mum remembered me being that little 4-year-old saying I was going to go. Like, she just, my mum cries at everything. She cries at long lost families. She cries at everything. But she burst out crying, and then she told me that story. It was like, I can't believe that you're going. So that was a very proud moment to have with me.
That's really awesome. Thanks ever so much, Boy and Tiff and Poppy, for asking the questions.
So good questions.
And to Natasha, they're really awesome. And we've got a couple of closing traditions on the Kids Interview Entrepreneurs podcast. So our first one is to Simon Squib you and ask you, what's your dream?
What is my dream? I'm going to be really generic. My personal dream is to watch all my little girls' dreams come true.
That's really lovely. It's a really nice dream, yeah. Our second closing tradition on the Kids Interview Entrepreneurs podcast is to Stephen Bartlett you. So we've got a couple of Direct with the CEO questions cards here. So if you just want to choose one and then pass it to Tiff and Poppy, whichever one you.
I'm going to be awkward.
What has been the most happiest moment of your life? Brought you the most joy, and why?
You've kind of asked this. I think it's my little girl, but I'm thinking of another moment. Walking out in the 2012 Olympics. And, like, we had to walk in rows of 10. We had to be in rows of 10 and meet her behind the line of front. But because we were GB and we were the last team in the stadium, like, we walked in and just the roar was unbelievable. And I thought for like 10 seconds I was a superstar because everyone was taking pictures of me. But what I didn't realise is Team USA was like standing behind me, and I had Kobe Bryant and LeBron James standing behind me. So we ended up getting my picture with them as well, so that was really good. And I had my breakfast with Usain Bolt, but that was cool. Wow. That was really cool.
That is super cool. Awesome. Well, thanks ever so much to Tiff and Poppy again for asking the questions, and for Natasha, Jonas for answering them for us. And thanks also to the Brett Centre for Entrepreneurship, as well as Paul Brett and Sir Peter Rigby. We look forward to seeing you in another episode of Kids Interview Entrepreneurs podcast.